Hey YouTube, welcome back to another Small Beans Coffee Co. Coffee Critique product review. Today we're going to be looking at the Toddy Cold Brew System. This is the smallest one. It's more suitable for home use. Toddy also makes some larger sizes that are used in commercial settings, coffee shops, etc. So this one you can actually find Amazon. You can find it direct from the manufacturer. You can also find it at Walmart. Retails for about $30. I think I paid $32.99 for it. And it's super simple. I ask a lot of folks when I'm doing markets, you know, if they brew cold brew at home, and most of the time the answer is no. And which is kind of funny to me because a lot of us spend all this money on coffee brewing equipment, coffee makers, espresso machines, pour over gear, kettles, etc. And cold brew is perhaps one of the most simple coffee beverages to make, and it really doesn't require a whole lot of effort. Without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at this. I've already unboxed it. I've actually brewed some cold brew a few days ago that we've been drinking. This is my honey process from El Salvador. It's got some great peach nectarine and red raspberry notes. Sweet, has a little bit of a muddled fruit taste as well, so it's a nice cold brew. It's also very nice hot. In the box, you're gonna get 3 filters, and I'm about out, so I gotta order some more, but they're quite large. And you're gonna get your concentrate container. So this makes a concentrate, and you can dilute it 1-to-1. Sometimes I make it a little bit stronger depending on the coffee. And this is gonna be the brewing container. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your filter. Looks like a paper bag. So this way, as I've kind of left the lid, not pressed it all the way down. But if you do it like this, then you don't have to tie it. And I did notice when these filters get wet, they can be a little tricky to secure, because you don't want it your coffee grounds to kind of float up and out, or it to tip over and fall out, and then you'll make a big mess and have to strain it. So they give you this nifty little valve on the bottom. So once you have brewed your cold brew, you flip it over to this water droplet symbol, and the coffee concentrate will drain out into your container, obviously, and these all fit really nicely together. And so once that's done, you can take your filter out, throw that away, or if you garden, have a compost pile, ground coffee is great for that. It's a very nifty, thorough instruction manual. They only give you one recipe, so it is a full 12 ounce or 340 gram bag of coffee, 1.9 liters of water. So basically I did the math, and it works out to a 5.31 ratio. So for every gram of coffee, it is 5.31 grams of water. And you can kind of adjust to taste, but I found that recipe to actually be pretty good. Noticed I could control the flavor a little bit more with the dilution ratio. So I haven't really tried, you know, more coffee, less water, vice versa. So if you want to use less coffee, if you want to make a smaller batch, you can weigh out your coffee and then times it by 5.31 grams, of course, and that will give you, you know, how much water you'll need to brew. So Toddy also recommends brewing anywhere from 18 to 24 hours. Both times that I've done it, I've done for about approximately 20 to 22 hours, and that's seemed pretty good. Another thing, you want to brew your cold brew at room temperature. If you put it in the refrigerator while it's brewing, it's gonna slow down the process. Very similar to brewing tea. That's why a lot of folks will brew their iced tea in a pitcher, like either in the sun but the cold brew, you wanna put it kind of not in direct sunlight if you have windows in your kitchen like we do, but, and then just leave it alone, let it sit, and in approximately, you know, 20 hours or so, you'll have a delicious batch of concentrate, and it's gonna look like this. So again, I brewed a half batch. You know, if it was full, it would obviously be it would be filled up to up here. And the one thing I really like about Toddy, I like the simplicity of it. I like that everything is this, you know, ABS plastic. They're also made in the US. This is super easy to clean. There's really not a whole lot of nooks and crannies. And then when you're ready to clean, you actually just slide it over and this pops off. Super easy. I just like this because there's not a lot of moving parts to it. And, you know, if I break it or, you know, something happens to it, I haven't spent, you know, a ton of money on it. And it's just, I don't know, it's just functional and it works. I just like it. The coffee concentrate container also has some measuring marks on the side. So you could actually use this to measure your water too if you don't have a scale or you don't want to use a scale. I always recommend measuring by weight because it is more accurate. And I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, great product, really pleasantly surprised. They have a full range of sizes for these cold brew systems, and it just works. It's just simple. Some of the cold brew systems out there, they've got glass containers, and you know, the other method is, you know, the immersion method with the really fine mesh screen and everything. And I just feel like that's another thing to clean. So this has been really great. Coffee's delicious, easy. So it gets our stamp of approval. Highly recommend it. I haven't looked on Amazon to see if they're on there. If they are, I will put them in our Amazon list of recommended products. But like I said, you can find it at Walmart. Again, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And if you haven't liked or subscribed, we'd really appreciate it. Appreciate your support. Happy brewing. Make it a great day.